Detroit Dan 313. Excuse me. I'm so excited. I'm already getting flustered because I'm so hyped to talk about this episode, Steve. Uh, hit the subscribe button, please. We just really appreciate that. Helps the channel out tremendously, and it is absolutely 100% free. Don't cost you nothing, man. Just hit a button. Steve, we're gonna have a conversation that we had years ago, I believe. We've had the conversation years ago. Some people liked it, most people hated it. I can't wait to hear how people feel about it. I can't wait to hear how you feel about it because we haven't cheated the system. We didn't get behind the scenes and have a conversation. So you guys are gonna get it raw and uncut. Steve, the floor is yours. Tell the people what we're talking today.
What if the Detroit Lions traded for a quarterback, William? What if?
Mm, mm,
Because this year's quarterback class in the NFL draft is absolute butt cheeks. It's not good. It's probably one of the worst that I can remember since like the Kenny Pickett draft. There's nobody coming out. All right. Jared Goff, he's getting a year older, restructured his deal. It's going to be the Lions quarterback for a couple more seasons. We're not handing the keys over to Teddy Bridgewater. I don't think he's ready to be a franchise quarterback. He's actually 1 foot out the door, if I'm being honest with you. That guy's flirting with retirement, becoming a head coach of high school football again. Never know. We don't have a franchise quarterback after Jared Goff. And I'm not saying that this is the most pressing need. It's not like high on the priority list, but when former top 10 picks become available in trades, Will, I think about it. We'll
mm.
talk about it. We'll see what's going to happen. But where do you want to start from there?
Where do I want to start? I mean, I think you start with this, Steve. I think you start with that Michigan man, Steve. Just out
Mm.
there in Minnesota, doing the whole skull crap, that garbage. Uh, Seems like a person that may need rescuing. You know what I mean? A person that needs to come home potentially. I guess I just put it right out there. We're talking about JJ McCarthy for those who haven't caught on. Looks like he's going to be having his job taken by. I want to be correct here. I don't want to be incorrect with my. But a little person, is that how you
I
address
think
that?
that
Is
is
that
I think that
okay?
is
I just want to
I
make
think that
sure
is
I'm
what they prefer to be called, yes.
okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm using it. I'm using the proper terms here. But yeah, it looks like a little person has moved in on his job, and he is going to be potentially available. Steve, are you interested?
What do you mean by interested? Am I interested that he's a young quarterback who I don't think got a fair chance in Minnesota? And nothing's come out from the Vikings saying, "Hey, we're for sure trading him," but they're bringing in another quarterback to compete for his job, another former number one overall pick. I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens in Vikings camp because we play them twice, so obviously it's something we have to pay attention to. Am I interested in a former top 10 pick or just a first round pick that didn't get a fair chance with the team, can make all the throws, has some athleticism, is a gamer? We know about this kid back to his IMG Academy days, come to Michigan, national champion, know all about him. Yeah. The meditation on the goalpost for the game, we know everything. Am I interested? Yeah, absolutely. I'm interested, Will, but I'm not pounding the table. But I am a little interested to see one, if they're going to trade him and what's going to happen. I don't think it'll be this offseason, but I think it'll be something to pay attention to going forward for next year. Um,
Mm,
but I don't know. We'll have to see because next year's draft class, we've talked about it, loaded. So I feel like if Minnesota wants to move him, the sooner the better. Because as we get into this time next year, teams are going to be putting themselves into positions to get rookie contracts, 5 year deals at a set rate instead of JJ with 2 more years left. You can go get um, a rookie quarterback on a 5 year deal. So I'm interested. Will, yes, the answer to your question is yes. I'm interested.
what are you willing to give up, Steve?
Oh, I'm not giving up much. I'm not giving up much for a guy who started what 9 games, maybe. I don't. How many games has JJ McCarthy started?
I
He
think
didn't
it's like
play his
six.
rookie season. He hasn't even
Yeah,
played a full
he
year.
was. He
So
had the. Yeah, he had the meniscus
yeah,
here that kept him out for a full season. I know that he's thrown more interceptions than touchdowns. I do know that he led his team to victory versus the Detroit Lions, though. That's one thing that I do know. Uh, but what I mean, I'm talking, Steve. Are we talking fourth round pick? Get some fifth round pick. What like what are where are you at? And what are you willing to give up to get JJ in the building?
10 games started. A day 3 pick for sure. Not giving up anymore. And I get it. We're a division rival, so the price is going to be a little higher for us because he's with Minnesota. But listen, Minnesota, at the end of the day, I'm sorry. You guys took a chance, didn't work out, cut your losses. All right. It's just like in the stock market. When the stocks tank, probably not going to get your money back. You want to cut your losses, move on, go forward, put that what you have, what you get in return into something. That's what you can do. I'd be okay with a fourth. I wouldn't love it. I would think maybe a fifth for someone unproven. Listen, I don't think JJ's a bad quarterback. All right. And I absolutely hate his guts because he's the Minnesota Viking. All right. Hey, when you,
Oh,
hey,
oh,
well, yeah, once that Michigan ties were done and you go to the enemy, I hate you. I hate you. I can respect you, but hate you at the same time. He can make all the throws. What I think JJ does great is he has a great arm. He's got great athleticism, above average athleticism. He can extend some plays. He can throw from anywhere on the field. He can hit the far hash deep out. He could do everything. I just don't see him with the Vikings. I think it's gotten worse. He doesn't play on time. I think he just holds the ball too long. He stays in the pocket. He's not moving around, extending, trying to get someone open. I think he's playing just a tick late, and it's costing him. Um, listen, he could go on and be great because I think that 10 games, you're still essentially a rookie. But I'm interested, Will, but it's a day 3 pick for me.
that's fair. Uh, for all of the people that are probably going to say, probably already killing us in the comments, why are we interested in a guy who's thrown more interceptions than touchdowns? I'm just going to put this in here, Steve. This is kind of my thought. But actually, I'm not going to do that because it's going to lead. It's going to lead to further information.
I already know where
I'll
you're
hold on.
going.
Yeah, I'll hold. I'll hold on to it. I'll hold on to it. I'll just say this: a lot of the time, Steve, a lot of the time, these quarterbacks in this new style NFL, and I'll bring this in, they're asked to take over immediately, Steve. And then they're called busts. They're called uh, terrible quarterbacks, thrown out the pasture. I can't even begin to talk about how many people have killed me before because I had any interest in Malik Willis. Like, it was like so many people talk crap to me about that. Danny Dimes. I used to talk about how athletic Danny Dimes was, and if he was in the right situation, he could be successful. Here we are, right situation. Dude was balling out of his mind before he ruptured his Achilles. We know the story of Jared Goff. Jared Goff was sent to the Detroit Lions to die, except he was like a cockroach and you couldn't kill him. The dude's throwing 40 touchdowns and going absolutely bananas out here. And then we know the story of Sam Darnold, Super Bowl champion Sam Darnold. Put some respect on his name. Second chances, Steve. All four of these quarterbacks are quarterbacks that were talked about like they were just, their careers were over. It was just a matter of time. They were going to be doing the Kurt Warner thing, bagging groceries here in the next few years. And they found ways to uh, revamp their career. Malik Willis, with about 30 passes, revamped his career. Steve, we're talking numbers. We're talking about Malik Willis, 26 years old, still a baby. Uh, just signed a contract, 3 million or 3 years, $67 million. Danny Dimes, 2 years, $88 million. Jared Goff, we know that he got a bag, back the truck up. 4 years, $212 million. And then Sam Darnold getting less than him, 3 years, $100 million. That dude's due for a raise, winning a Super Bowl. Steve, these guys, they all they needed was an opportunity to be in the right place at the right time. And I think that should go to show people just because quarterbacks go to a certain team that's typically terrible. Like you're drafting a quarterback in the first round at the beginning of the first round, the first 5 picks because your team was sorry the year before, most likely. It's not a good situation, Steve. So I think we need to give these guys a little bit of grace. I'm with you. I don't think that JJ is a terrible quarterback. I think if he gets into the right system and has the right opportunity, he can be successful. So I'm very interested in JJ. I would love to have him playing behind Jared Goff if the price was right.
You brought up something, William, that's very interesting and I think kind of plays against what we're saying a little bit. The right system. The right system's supposed to be Kevin O'Connell, isn't it? He's put some quarterbacks, rejuvenated some careers. We just mentioned Sam Darnold. He got that big contract after going 14-3 with the Minnesota Vikings, and then goes on to Seattle because they wanted to let JJ get some time. JJ in that system should be thriving with those receivers, a decent running back, a decent offensive line. He should be doing a lot better with Kevin O'Connell, who's supposed to be this brand new quarterback whisperer like the Kyle Shanahan's, where, if you're a quarterback, hey, come here. I'm going to rejuvenate your career. I'm going to get you putting up some crazy video game type numbers. Like, it hasn't worked out. That's what concerns me, is that I feel like he is in maybe not the absolute best system, but I think he's still in a damn good position, probably a top 5 quarterback coach. Like, he should be thriving in that system, and he's not. And I'm not. If I were a Vikings fan, I wouldn't be just willing to throw him away yet. But I think it is very concerning that they're bringing in a backup quarterback who's going to try to steal his job and has a damn good chance at it. And JJ's going to be on a short leash. And you brought up the interceptions, and I don't know where you're going, so I'll say a guy by the name of Peyton Manning, William, led the league in interceptions his rookie year. And I think he set the record. Yeah, 28 interceptions. All right. He figured it out. Obviously, he figured it out. He's in the Hall of Fame, one of the top 5 greatest quarterbacks of all time. It's not even a debate. I'm not saying by any means, I know people are going to twist my comments. Oh, JJ McCarthy, you're saying he's the next Peyton Manning? No, I'm not at all. But it might take a little bit more time for him. I think JJ probably should have sat one more year. So if we pulled off a trade for him today, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, sits behind Jared Goff for a couple more seasons. I think that's the perfect scenario for him. Maybe he's a late bloomer, and that's perfectly fine. It happens. Like we're talking about with some of these guys you put in that image. Maybe they were just late bloomers. Maybe it just took them a couple seasons to really figure out football, get the IQ, the timing down, the personnel, the terminology, all that stuff. I think JJ is going to be good. I don't want him to be because we play him twice, but he's got all the tools. We've seen him play football. He's going to be okay.
Yeah, Steve. Listen, this NFL, these guys got put into the league to be the face of the franchise their rookie season. And I just don't think that the expectations should be as high as they are. Some thrive, but the ones that to me they thrive the most are the ones that get a little bit of time and a little bit of grace. And they go to a system where you got a run game, you got a defense, and you can kind of weather that beginning storm. I think JJ's weathering that beginning storm. Uh, I don't think it's contradictory at all what I'm saying because even with the best QB coach in the world, shoot, Peyton Manning could be his QB coach. The NFL is going at a faster speed with the best athletes in the world than you've ever seen, even if you played for Bama or Georgia or any of the other Big
Go
12
Dogs.
schools. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's the NFL is different. You heard Derrick Henry talk about it. He said, "Hey man, listen, you're a man child. You're bigger and stronger and as fast as a DB, while you're as big as a DN." Was the NFL like that different? To you, or were you just able to dominate? He was like, "Oh, it was different. There's men here." You know what I mean? Even Derrick Henry. So it's he's playing with men. The game's at a way faster speed. The defenses are way more exotic. You got dudes like Brian Flores out there throwing all different types of exotic blitz packages. Got everybody at the line of scrimmage. You don't know what. It's just tough. It takes time to figure out. Peyton Manning was the master at the middle to the end of his career, and like you said, set the record for freaking interceptions. Give these guys a minute to be successful. Now, I do understand these head coaches and GMs are up against it. Teams don't want to hear it. So sometimes you got to move on and get a veteran guy in there that's going to win you some games so you can keep your job. That's fine. Hey, somebody's trash is somebody else's treasure. Jared Goff. Hey, Sean McVay said, "Hey, listen, this dude can't eat it. This dude can't play quarterback. This dude don't know what he's doing. Came over here. He's been playing some doggone good football." I think the same thing could happen, just like I put the clip in for these other quarterbacks, Steve. But yet remains to be seen. I don't know what Minnesota is going to do with him. They haven't came out and said that they're going to get rid of him, but there is a guy who a team has said they're shopping him around, Steve.
Real quick, I got a trivia question for you. I don't expect you to know the answer. It's just something I happen to notice while I'm looking at Peyton Manning stats. Do you happen to know how many times in his 17-year career that Peyton Manning threw single digit interceptions?
Hmm. I'd say 5 times.
One.
Wow.
Only one time in his career. 2006, yeah, man, just a gunslinger. I didn't think it'd be. I thought he'd have one or two. And I would have probably guessed three or four, but one, 2009, 31 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. But what were you saying, Will?
There's a guy, man, that's being floated around. He's being shopped around, Steve, and he's a freak athlete. He's a guy that I've been getting nailed to the cross for being interested in as well. Steve, you even put me on the list of just smacking me up for being interested in this guy, saying that I wanted to draft him. I did not say that I wanted
Oh, we
to
can
draft
roll
him,
the
Steve.
tape.
That is not what I said. That is not what I said. But I would love to have him. Uh, at the time, I said I would love to have him sitting behind Jared Goff. And if you don't know who it is, AR-15, Steve. And this is what I was going. This is the graphic that I was going to bring in. To me, I think that these young quarterbacks to be successful, or even just a quarterback in general, if I want to set him up for success, I want to make sure he's a good fit, and that's kind of where I was alluding to with JJ. Even though JJ is a good quarterback and he's got all of the tools, it doesn't mean he's a good fit with his OC and with his head coach. But a good fit, got a good O line, got the weapons around him, got a run game, and got a defense. I think if you got those things, hey, you can be successful. And the only thing that on that list that I'm really questioning, and people are going to call me nuts, but I think by the time week one comes around, we're going to have most of those things. The questionable thing is going to be that last one, that defense. I don't know what's going to be going on with this defense, but I think when you're talking about fit with Dan Campbell, I haven't seen a player yet that hasn't fit with him. O line, I think that O line is going to be tough when we get that tackle position figured out. Weapons, we got them everywhere. Run game, we're going to have it. We can get that defense together. You literally have everything that a young quarterback would need to be successful in my eyes, Steve. AR-15, you know about this, Steve. You know about it. Are you interested? How do you feel about it?
William, let me be honest with you. All right.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
I'm more interested in a candy cane that tastes like a condom than I am AR-15. Okay. I'm more interested in something like that. When I say zero interest, that's it's because I can't go any less. It's because I can't go lower. All right. This guy has somehow managed to still not figure out how to throw a football. His character, his traits are off the charts. Absolutely off the charts. If I'm building a quarterback day one, the foundation is, can he throw a football? Can he throw it far? Yes. Can he throw it accurately? No, he can't. It's Will, we went rounds a couple years ago. I remember some people saying, I feel like Steve and Will are fake because they never argue. And then this draft class came up and we had to talk about Anthony Richardson and we argued about it back and forth. He went to a team that has decent. They're a decent team, not the worst team in the NFL. They got better, borderline playoff team last year, but it wasn't because of Anthony Richardson. It was because of Daniel Jones. All right, Daniel Jones somehow took a borderline playoff team and made them worse. Any quarterback you threw in there made them better. I remember watching his highlights and his film from his Florida days. Struggled with common screen passes and short slants. That was immediately a red flag for me. If I got to build a football player who has to play quarterback, I have to see a guy who could throw a football. Everything else athletically is just cherry on top, but that's the foundation of what I need. And he is not that. Is he going to be in the NFL for a little while? Yes, because his athleticism is a 10 out of 10. Like he does, he's Cam Newton on crack. Like he's an absolute giant. He can run. He's physical. But then there's the I've never seen it before in my life. A quarterback tapping out to get a breath. It's a bad look for him. His teammates, I feel like, were like, "Hey, but I don't know that I really want to play my heart and soul for this guy if he can't even run a spread offense and go fast and upbeat and up tempo. Like he can't handle it. Why am I going to block my ass off if I'm on a 1 year deal for $3 million? I'm just not feeling it. It's a 0% interest for me. Will, I know yours is going to be much higher. So how are you feeling?
Much higher, Steve. I don't know
Oh
if
no.
you're, yeah, I don't know if you're lost your mind. Listen, anybody who's walked to the sideline and did this right here, do I think that they could fit with Coach Campbell and the Detroit Lions? Absolutely, I think they can fit, Steve. Give the guy some grace. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Listen, Steve, Here's what we need to understand, and I think it should be the ongoing theme to this show in all seriousness. Prior to AR-15 entering the NFL, he started 13 football games at quarterback. What is the expectation? 13 football games this guy started at the QB position before entering the NFL. What are we talking about? This guy is a QB infant. He's an infant. Jared Goff is going to be the quarterback for the foreseeable future. When you're talking about getting a guy that's 6'4", 245 pounds, ran a 4.4, Steve, can throw the ball a country mile. Just gonna put this in here. I took the sound off because there was some cussing in the music. Steve, he throws this ball 70 yards. 70 yards. He throws it from the 32 to the goal line. What are we talking about? Can you imagine if that's JMO? He's throwing that football too? Now, listen, is there some things to clean up? There's definitely some things to clean up. But what I'm talking about is getting that guy in the building behind Jared Goff and telling him, unless we're running Wildcat, do not talk to me or look at me during a game. Next 2 years at practice, you're going to figure out how to learn play this game. If we're blowing somebody out, we might get you some minutes. Hey, preseason, you're going to be a preseason All-American. What I need you to do is watch Jared and figure out how football is played. I feel like if you're going to give up a fifth round, a sixth round, a seventh round pick to get him in the building, I can't do it fast enough. Steve, I got my coaching sheet here, and it's not too often I do this, but take it for what it's worth. I know some people are going to hammer me and say, man, you're an idiot. You coach high school football. Nobody cares. But just entertain me for a second. When I talk to my quarterbacks, Steve, here's what I tell my quarterbacks. Quarterbacks, I need you to have a point guard mentality, is what I tell my quarterbacks. Don't turn the ball over. Make good decisions. Control the football game, meaning, hey, we're going to do some hard counts. We're going to tempo you sometimes. We're going to know what the down and distance are and what we're trying to do. We're going to control this football game. We're going to dictate it. It's not going to be on your pace. We're going to get the ball to our playmakers like they like to have the football. Some people like it over their head, Steve. Some people like it right at their chin. Some people like you to just whip it in there and then throw bullet passes. Some guys you got to throw it with touch because they can barely catch. Listen, or they want to catch it and try to run with it. It's a lot of different things. I need you to know your playmakers. Get it to them the right way. And then on top of that, the final one and the big one to me is you got to know when to take chances. You got to know when we're going to throw that 50-50 ball. You got to know, hey, man, we're already up a score. We got the momentum. We feel confident where we're at on the field. We're at the 40 or past the 50-yard line. Let's throw one up to our guy, man, who catches that 50-50 ball. You know, our Isaac Tesla, you know, that type of guy. You throw him the 50-50 ball. Just be a point guard. But, Steve, the ice cream with the pie is ability to improv. That's the ice cream with the pie. That's not something that I need. That's not something that's in the QB description and the point guard mentality that I need, right? That's just a little something extra. What AR-15 is, he's the ice cream with the pie, Steve. He's got the ice cream. But what you need to understand about the ice cream is ice cream doesn't make shitty pie taste good, right? He's shitty pie right now. I'm not going to argue with you on that, Steve. But he's got the ice cream. So I'm willing to entertain because he's got all the tools to be we got all the ingredients to the pie, Steve. It's just going into the oven and it's not getting baked right. That's the only issue here, Steve. You're baking, you're broiling a pie, Steve. It's just not it just doesn't work out, Steve. We have to figure out how to bake this thing the right way because all the ingredients are there. And you know what? If it doesn't work out, I go to next year's draft and I just get my future quarterback anyways. And we laugh about the fifth round or sixth round or seventh round pick that I wasted because Brad's already shown that he'll waste 87 third round picks on a number 3 receiver. So you're telling me you won't waste a fifth round or a sixth round or a fourth round on a guy who could potentially be your quarterback of the future, this dude is 23 years old. 23 years old. This guy could get in, play, 3 years behind Jared Goff and be 26, still younger than a guy who just took over for the Minnesota Vikings, Kyler Murray. I rest my case, Steve. Get him in the building ASAP.
Hang on. Hey Siri, what's the worst ice cream you can put on pie? Oh, that's weird. It showed me a picture of Anthony Richardson. That's absolutely William, distributor of the football, just like a point guard. 50%
That's what I
completion.
need.
50% completion percentage in the NFL. 50.6. He's flirting with being less than 50. I need 60% before I'm even remotely interested. You managed to find one amazing clip of one of his 11 touchdowns. I said he could throw it a country mile. That's not the issue. And when you're going to the combine and you're just chucking it to grass, that does not impress me. That throw, it was impressive. It was a good throw, 72 some yards. He ain't doing that every play. I've seen this guy miss a wide open tailback on a screen pass before. So yes, you found the one where he made a great throw, where God was looking out for him. The roof opened up at Lucas Oil Field on a cloudy day in Indianapolis, and they shined bright down on Anthony Richardson, and he made one good play. Was that also the game he tapped out? I think they were playing the Jags when he did that. What was that the one? Was that the same one, Will?
I played the fifth.
I'm 80% sure it was. I think it was like the next drive potentially, because I remember seeing that, and I knew as soon as you loaded it in, I said, this is like a 55-yard touchdown or something like that. Yes, I've seen it. Would I give up a 7th round pick to try? Yeah, I'm not trading for him to do gadget plays or run Wildcat though, because I think that's where he would thrive. And how dare you put an image up of him in our David Montgomery's number? David Montgomery's barely a Texan, and you're just giving away his jersey numbers, Will? Is number 15 not available?
I would give him. I would give a homeless person number 5. I don't. I have no emotional attachment to David Montgomery anymore. Like,
unreal. It's a pass for me, Will. It's a pass. If I had to choose, gun to my head, I'm going to go with JJ because I believe his arm is more accurate. Maybe not as strong. Maybe he's not throwing it 72 yards and dropping it in a bucket 1 out of 285. But if I could find like a new position for Anthony Richardson, like if he wanted to play some tight end, 6'4", great size. How's his pass rush? Like I'd trade for him to do something like that. But to come play quarterback in a gadget scheme, I mean, a 7th round pick isn't the worst thing for that. But as an overall quarterback, absolutely not, Will. Absolutely not.
I think we just scratched the surface on what he can be as a quarterback. I don't even think we know what he can be as a quarterback. I think Cam Newton would be the benchmark of the type of player that he could potentially be. But at the end of the day, 13 games started in college. Dude's just figuring out how to play the position. I would be very interested. I would go all the way up. 5th, 6th, or 7th round pick, I wouldn't even think twice in doing it. And we got 2 4th rounders. I'd pull a 4th rounder. I'm not even going to lie about it, Steve. Especially since we have 2 of them. I'd do it in a heartbeat just because the potential. I'm not here to tell you that the probability is strong. But what I do think is having Jared Goff gives you the opportunity to take this risk. What I screamed when he came out of the draft is if he goes to a team and he's asked to start, he's going to be terrible. He wasn't great in college distributing the football. I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing, but I gotta believe that scouts saw something in him to make him go in the first round outside
his athleticism.
Freak athleticism. Taylon Green is a freak athlete. He's a freakier athlete than Anthony Richardson, but he's not going to get drafted as high as Anthony Richardson. He's probably going to go in the 4th, 5th round. So for me to get him in the building for a 4th round pick, 5th round pick, I would do it in a heartbeat just for the opportunity to potentially get that benefit of him leading your team for the next. It really could be 10 seasons, Steve. If you think about it, dude's 23 years old. He's still a baby. So I'm very interested. I would love to see him in a Detroit Lions jersey. The only thing that would shy me away from it is people are just unbearable sometimes. And the moment Jared Goff had a bad game, people would be calling for Anthony Richardson to come in and all types of craziness, just like they were doing Hendon Hooker. That would be the only downside. I would need Dan and Brad to go to the podium and say, hey, listen, AR-15 is here to develop. Probably not going to see him this season, so let me just shut that down right away. Teddy Bridgewater is our backup quarterback, because that would be what I would be expecting to hear. Hey, Teddy Bridgewater is the number 2 quarterback. AR-15 is the number 3 quarterback. And don't talk that. I'm not fielding any more questions about it because that's what it is. Dude needs to learn how to play the QB position. But I do have some good news, Steve.
There's news.
Just posted.
I just saw that. I was literally after I got off that conversation with Siri about ice cream. I pulled up Twitter and saw that. Yes,
Yeah. Ennis Rakestraw fully healthy and ready to go.
Until August.
Yeah, I think this could be special, man. I'm cheering for this guy. Similar to how you were with Emmanuel Mosley and Pascal and who's a linebacker? I forget the linebacker who had the rough story. But
I can't think about the man.
yeah, but these guys that they've dedicated their life to trying to get to this stage, and he can't even see what he can or can't do because he's been banged up. The one training camp they said that he was covering and he was stickier than Terry and Arnold. Now, some might say that that's not saying too much, but hopefully these guys can get it together. Big jump for Terrion in year 3. Hopefully Ennis can get out there and contribute this season, because if he does, I think that is a huge upgrade to our secondary, because now you got guys like Roger McCreary battling to get on the field, just a rotational piece. You got Izzy out there, Christian Izzian. He's a guy that's going to be out there playing like a dog. Is he playing nickel? Is he playing safety? What's going on? We could have a surplus of secondary players if a couple of these guys are available that we didn't think were going to be available.
He's probably my biggest X factor on defense this year. Need to see something. Need to see if you're even a player we can bring back in the future. I need to see what we have. We've seen literally nothing. Like, the amount of snaps he's played is not enough for me to critique his NFL career on. He is essentially a third-year rookie, which is absolute wild. Just haven't seen, I expect you to be healthy now. It's March. There's nothing going on. I need you to stay healthy from late July to February. That's the crunch time for you. That's when I need to see you posting stuff that I'm good and I'm healthy and I'm ready to go. Not St. Patrick's Day. Like, nothing happening in the NFL world right now. So it doesn't really surprise me, but it doesn't really uplift me either, because I kind of expect you to be healthy in the offseason. I don't know. Well, I'm not excited, but I want to be excited, but I can't focus my free agency and my draft around if Ennis Rakestraw is going to be healthy. I just can't count on it if I were Brad Holmes.
I'm not mad at you for it. I'm in the same boat. He's similar to Marcus Davenport and Sione Vaki. I need these guys to
someone, it's just popped in my head. Someone had a nickname for Ennis. Do you know what it was? Someone left a comment on our show yesterday, I think.
Other than Break Straw?
No, Break Straw's the one. I've never heard that. That's rude. It's rude. It's absolute disrespect. But
Yeah, it is.
I can't say that whoever said that is wrong. Get the title you're in.
You want to shut these people up? Stay on the field, man. Because he's getting to the point now. If he's not on the field this year, he's gonna have to probably look for employment at another team.
Yeah, or McDonald's.
You ain't right.
You got anything else for tonight?
AR-15, get your butt to Detroit. Stop messing around.
Like Detroit Auto Show, Detroit Card Show, like Comic-Con, like is there like a food fair going on this weekend? I don't know. Sometimes, Will, when I hear you say Christian Izzian, I think I'm in the bedroom with you and your old lady, and she's just saying, Izzian? I don't know. Stick around, hit that like button. We'll be back later with another show.